Hey guys, Rashta Ali here. Welcome back to my channel, Diary of an Expat. In this channel, we talk all things moving from West London to Dubai over 2 years ago. Me and my family moved, my husband and my two sons. And this is the channel that I wish I had at the time to help me navigate that landscape from moving to one country to another. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about schools in Dubai. This is a much requested topic from my own videos, from people I have spoken to in the UK, and all the other YouTube videos that I remember watching when I first came to Dubai. So much was asked about schooling. How does it work here? What are the costs? What is the curriculum? Etc., etc., etc. So in today's video, I'll be diving into the three things things that you need to know about schooling in Dubai. So as they say, let's get into it. So the first thing that you need to understand about schools in Dubai is that they aren't free. In the UK, education up to obviously secondary school and college is free. And that's lovely. And I love the UK education system. I think it was wonderful. It really served me really, really well. Nursery, primary school, secondary school, and college. Absolutely loved it. So in Dubai, it's not free. Education isn't free here at all, from nursery, primary school, secondary school to college and university. And basically, when we first got here, I was just searching and searching around a lot of schools. See, the problem that happens when you get to Dubai first, I'm going to digress a bit, but you don't even know where you're going to be living. I know that I didn't know where I was going to be living. I mean, which order do you do it in? Do you find the place first and then find the school? Or do you find the school in the place? Because the traffic is actually horrific. So it's super important that you take these two factors into consideration. Even though right at the moment, it takes me like 45 minutes to take my kid to school in the morning. I'll come back to that in point two. So in terms of costs, nursery costs in Dubai, let's start with nursery costs. I believe they're very similar to the UK. I know they'll probably range anything from sort of like 500 to 700 pound per calendar month in the UK. And I believe they're pretty similar in the UK. I think on one YouTube video it said, do the nursery teachers speak English? And yes, they do speak English. So that's just answer that question. They have a lot of very educated teaching nursery teachers, primary teachers, secondary teachers. And the reason I have knowledge of this is because I basically went around and investigated all the different educational entities. It was just something I was interested in, and I wanted to understand how it worked. Now, back to the costing of schooling your child in Dubai. So a lot of teachers do actually come to Dubai, and when they become a teacher in a school, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I was speaking to a friend the other day and she mentioned that her friend's a teacher and both of her kids actually get free education, which is quite nice. So how much does education cost? If you're thinking about taking your child to a Dubai school, you're basically looking at a cost of anywhere from 600, which is on the low end of the spectrum, to £1,000 plus per month to educate your child in a Dubai school. It's quite a lot of money, especially if you have two children, right? That's a lot of money. So yeah, it's something that you really need to be aware of when coming to Dubai. It's a huge cost. After the cost of your rental or your house or your mortgage or whatever it is, then there's healthcare. No, actually, education's more than healthcare. So yeah, you've got to think of that and factor that into your whole move. Okay? So that's the first thing that you should know about schools in Dubai. The second thing that you need to know is they have different curriculums here. Because they have so many different nationalities coming to Dubai. They have 3 different curriculums. So they have the British curriculum, the American curriculum, and the international curriculum. I even saw some specific Indian schools, there were specific French schools, specific Iranian schools. So Dubai has, obviously, because there's so many different cultures here, they have really specific schools as well for specific nationalities, if you so wish, which is quite cool. So yeah. And now, I wasn't much interested in the American or even finding out what the actual international, the IBL curriculum was. I had no interest in actually exploring those. I was just like, I'm from England. I want the British curriculum, and that's the curriculum I want my child to follow. But just so you're aware, because obviously if you are bringing your child from London and you want them to attend a British curriculum, then you wouldn't want to send them to a school that deals with the international curriculum or American school, obviously. Okay, so that's the second thing you need to know about schooling in Dubai. And the third thing, and the final thing that I'm going to talk about in this video, is the school timings in Dubai. Now, in the UK, obviously, the school timings are, what are they? They're like 9 till 3, right? Or sometimes it's like 8:40 to 2:50. I had my older son and my younger son in school in the UK, so I remember these were the timings. And that was really nice. It's a good 6 hours that the kids in school, so it's plenty of time for you to go, away, maybe go to work, come back, or go home, do your bits and pieces, and then go back and collect. Now, in Dubai, this timing is flipped on its head. The school start times in Dubai, and the ones that I went to, I've gone to 3 different schools, was 7:40 a.m. in the morning. That's the start time. So I bet I know what you're thinking right now. Your mind is thinking, you're reverse engineering it. Like, what time do I have to wake up? So it's really funny. So as soon as you get here, Dubai is 3 hours behind the UK as it is. Now you've just lost 3 hours. And then you have to get up another 3 hours earlier because you need to get the kid ready for school. So you got to jump back 6 hours. I mean, I didn't actually think about it at the time, but honestly, I didn't know whether I was coming or going, right? I just actually lost 6 hours. Obviously, you make it back later in the day, but you know what I mean. It's a massive shift of your body clock, okay? So what time does school end? I think school ends here around... it's 2:00, right? Yeah, 2:10 or something like that. So it ends at that time. So obviously it ends earlier. Now, I'm not quite sure as to why they've arranged the timings like this. I think it might have been so the schools start first and then the people go to work. And then obviously they finish earlier. So the traffic is separated, even though there's quite a lot of traffic at the school times anyway. But yeah, they're the 3 things that I would talk about schooling in Dubai. Actually, let me give you a juicy bonus. One of the juicy bonuses that I want to give you about schooling in Dubai is this. I mean, my sons, both of them, they basically, we lived within 5 to 10 minutes of a couple of the schools that they went to. When my older son went to high school, it was a bit further. It was about a 30-minute drive. So that was a lot further. But when you come to Dubai, you really have to understand how school... So in the UK, schools are actually built against, the main areas, and they're basically built along that. And all the areas, there's lots of areas, right? So they're all very, very close to each other. If you're talking about West London, you have Hanwell that has a school. Then you talk about West Ealing, they have a school. Then Ealing, they have their own school. Then Acton, they have their school. Dubai is like that. But what you have to understand is the schools aren't really built around the housing communities. Some are, don't get me wrong, but that's only one school. Most of the schools are scattered around Dubai as far as I'm aware. And I mean, on both occasions that I sent my child to school, I think I was driving, and none of it's ever going to become walking distance, in my opinion, again, which is actually quite lovely. I used to enjoy that walk to school, back to school and for home time. When the kids are young, you like that. You could stop off at the newsagent and get them a sweet or a packet of crisps or the ice cream van and get the ice cream. It's quite nice. So here, the schools are generally a drive away, and a distance away because of the way the schools are scattered around the city. So yeah, that's just something to be mindful of, because I think I was like, whoa, this is such a rude awakening for me, because the school that I left my younger son in the UK was, I think, a 3-minute drive, and it was like a 30-minute walk. And I used to like walking in the summer. It was really nice. So that's a juicy bonus that I thought I'd give you. Do take all of these things into consideration when thinking about schooling for your child. I hope that was helpful. Comment with your thoughts and your perceptions of school or your experience. I'd love to hear. Do give a like, subscribe, and press that notification button so that every time I release a new video, you're notified. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.